Have you ever wondered why some people just seem to have a healing touch, an innate ability to soothe the souls around them? This could be a sign of spiritual healing, a gift some are born with. If you've ever felt an unusual connection to the unseen and unexplained, you might just be a spiritual healer. One of the most significant signs of a spiritual healer is a heightened sense of empathy. Empathy. It's more than just being able to understand someone else's feelings. It's about being able to connect with them on a profound, soul-deep level. For spiritual healers, empathy is like a sixth sense, a conduit that allows them to tap into the emotions, experiences, and energy of others. It's the key that unlocks the door to healing on a spiritual plane. Imagine, for instance, a friend is sharing about a recent heartbreak. While most people might offer sympathy, a spiritual healer goes a step further. They don't just hear the words, they feel the pain, the sorrow, the longing. They absorb these emotions as if they were their own. It's a powerful, almost overwhelming experience, but it's also what allows spiritual healers to make a real difference. Think about a time when you felt inexplicably drawn to someone who was suffering. Perhaps it was a stranger on the street or a coworker. You didn't know their story, but you felt their pain. That's empathy in action, a glimpse of the spiritual healer's journey. And it's not just about feeling the negative emotions. Empathy also lets healers share in others' joy and happiness. It's a two-way street, a shared journey of highs and lows, pain and pleasure, tears and laughter. But of course, with great power comes great responsibility. Empathy can be a double-edged sword. It can be draining, exhausting even, but it's also incredibly rewarding. There's nothing quite like the joy of helping someone find healing, of being able to say, "I understand, I'm here for you." Spiritual healers use their empathy to create a safe space, a sanctuary where healing can take place. They offer solace, comfort, and understanding. They make others feel seen, heard, and valued. That's the power of empathy. That's the essence of spiritual healing. So, take a moment to reflect. Do you find yourself deeply affected by the emotions of others? Do you feel their joy and their pain as if it were your own? If your answer is yes, then you might be a spiritual healer. If you find yourself deeply affected by the emotions of others, you might be a spiritual healer. Another sign is if you're a natural peacemaker. You're the person everyone turns to for advice or consolation in challenging times. In every society, in every group, there's often one individual that stands as a beacon of calm amid the stormy seas of life. They're the ones who, even in the face of adversity, maintain a level-headedness that is both comforting and inspiring. They are the peacemakers, the mediators, the harmonizers, and if that sounds like you might just be a spiritual healer. Peacemakers have an innate ability to bring balance and harmony to their surroundings. They sense discord like a ripple in a pond, and their instinct is to smooth it out, to restore equilibrium. This isn't just about resolving arguments or settling disputes. It's about creating an environment where everyone feels heard, understood, and at peace. It's about fostering unity where there was once division. Now, why is this a sign of a spiritual healer? Well, at the heart of healing is the concept of peace. True healing, whether it's physical, emotional, or spiritual, cannot occur in a state of unrest. It requires a certain tranquility, an environment where the tumultuous waves of stress, worry, and fear are stilled, allowing the healing energies to flow freely. And that's where the peacemaker comes in. The peacemaker, with their soothing presence and empathetic nature, creates this environment of peace. They help others navigate the treacherous waters of their emotions, guiding them towards a place of calm. They lend an understanding ear to those in distress, offering words of comfort and wisdom that can heal the soul. Their very nature is conducive to healing, making them a beacon of hope for those lost in the storm. So if you find that you're often the one diffusing tension, calming storms, and bringing people together, then you've got the heart of a peacemaker. And this heart, this capacity for creating harmony and balance, is a powerful sign of a spiritual healer. If you're always the one bringing order to chaos, then you might be a spiritual healer. Spiritual healers often have a deep connection with nature and animals. This connection is not simply about enjoying a peaceful walk in the park or having a pet. It's far more profound and deeply rooted in their being. Imagine this. You're walking in a dense forest, the air is crisp and fresh, you can hear the rustling of leaves and the distant chirping of birds. Every step you take feels like you're walking deeper into your soul. Every breath you take seems to cleanse your spirit. For spiritual healers, nature is not just a place, it's a sanctuary, a source of energy, a connection to the divine. It's like they have this internal compass that guides them towards the natural world. They could be in the heart of a bustling city, yet they'd still find their way to that solitary tree in the park, that quiet lake hidden behind the skyscrapers. They understand that the energy of the earth and the universe is intertwined with their own, and they embrace this connection to bring healing and balance. And then there are animals. Spiritual healers often have an uncanny ability to connect with animals. It's as if they speak the same language, a language not of words but of emotions, instincts, and energy. They can sense an animal's mood, understand its fears, and often help alleviate its pain. They respect animals as equal beings, valuing their wisdom and acknowledging their role in the grand scheme of life. This connection with nature and animals is more than just a preference or a hobby. It's an integral part of who they are. It's like a beacon that guides them, a source that fuels their healing abilities. It's a bond that transcends the physical world and delves into the spiritual. So, if you find yourself drawn to the serenity of nature, if you feel a profound connection with animals, if you sense their moods, share their joys and pains, and if your heart aches for the suffering of the earth and its creatures, then listen closely. These are not mere coincidences. They're signs, calling out to you, whispering that you might have a gift. If you feel an undeniable bond with nature and animals, you might be a spiritual healer. Vivid dreams and visions are another sign of a spiritual healer. Now let's dive into the mysterious world of dreams and visions, and their intriguing role in spiritual healing. The mind is a fascinating instrument. When we sleep, it continues to work, weaving stories and images that we often refer to as dreams. For some, these dreams are merely random thoughts and images, but for spiritual healers, they serve a far more profound purpose. They often receive messages or guidance through their dreams. These dreams are not ordinary. They are vivid, intense, and filled with symbolism that can provide insight and direction. Consider a spiritual healer's dreams as a kind of internal GPS, a guidance system that leads them towards their healing path. Think about it as an intimate conversation between their subconscious mind and the universe. These dreams are often filled with potent symbols, archetypes, and scenarios that, when interpreted correctly, can provide profound insights into their healing journey and the people they are destined to help. Now let's talk about visions. Visions are different from dreams. While dreams occur in sleep, visions can happen at any time. They are spontaneous images or scenes that appear in one's mind, seemingly out of nowhere. For spiritual healers, visions are like glimpses into a different dimension, a peek into the unseen world. They can be prophetic, providing a hint of what's to come or revealing hidden aspects of a situation that need healing. Imagine an artist who sees the finished painting in their mind before they even touch the brush to the canvas. That's how visions work for spiritual healers. They see the possibilities, the potential outcomes, the paths that can lead to healing. They see the unseen, and this vision guides them in their healing work. So if you often find yourself waking up from vivid dreams that seem filled with meaning, or if you experience visions that offer guidance or reveal hidden truths, then you might just be a spiritual healer. These are your tools, your unique ways of connecting with the universe and facilitating healing. If you often have vivid dreams or visions, you might be a spiritual healer. In this video, we've explored the signs that you might be a spiritual healer. We started with the call within, the unignorable tug at your heart that tells you there's something more. It's the whisper in your ear, the voice that won't be silenced, urging you to dig deeper and unearth the spiritual gifts that lie within. We then journeyed into the realm of empathy, a trait that spiritual healers often possess in abundance. You feel the emotions of others as if they were your own, and this deep connection to the emotional landscape around you is a key indicator of a potential spiritual healer. We also touched on the role of being a natural peacemaker. If you're someone who instinctively steps into conflicts to restore harmony, who can't stand the sight of discord, and who strives to create balance where there is imbalance, you may be walking the path of a spiritual healer. We then explored the bond with nature and animals, a common thread among spiritual healers. This connection goes beyond mere appreciation. It's an intense affinity, a sense of being one with Mother Earth and her creatures, understanding their silent language and feeling their unspoken emotions. Lastly, we delved into the world of vivid dreams and visions. Spiritual healers often experience intensely vivid dreams and visions, messages from the universe that guide them on their journey. Remember, these signs are not definitive proof, but rather guideposts on your journey. Listen to your intuition, and if these signs resonate with you, explore the path of spiritual healing further.